This week on the Movies and Stuff show, we'll talk about a potential Spawn reboot. We're going to talk about maybe Star Trek 4, Jonathan Demme, rest in peace, and then a retro review of Guardians of the Galaxy. Stay tuned. And welcome once again to the Movies and Stuff show. My name is Dan. Join me, Marty.
Good evening, everybody.
Abe.
Hey, what's up?
And second week in a row, Jamil, right? 2 weeks in a row.
Yes.
We have the pleasure of having Jamil on our show. Jamil, is this actually... Can we just say that you're part of our show now? Because this is 2 consecutive weeks of doing our show. I don't know if you've done 2 consecutive weeks of the Jack Random show in quite a long time. So
that's not true.
Can we just claim that, that we?
Hey, I can. Well, I'm happy to come aboard. I don't think Marty would like it, but I'm happy to come aboard.
I only play racist on the debate shows. On the roundtable shows, I'm a good guy.
Yeah, see, he watched way too much Skip Bayless. That was it. He watched way too much Skip Bayless. And so when he's in the debate situation, that's his point of reference, and it doesn't help him.
See, I don't think Skip Bayless is a racist. I just think he's an asshole. Big difference.
He's an idiot. He's just a major idiot. I think he's. This is like a whole topic. We could just have why Skip Bayless is a moron. Idiot.
Yeah,
you know.
Like I really believe he's the reason Terrell Owens is not in the Hall of Fame. I really believe he's single-handedly the reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, terrible, awful.
Team obliterator, asshole.
So I'm going to throw some stuff topics off at you. I didn't prepare you guys, so you probably the first time you heard about the stuff topics was when my cold opening right now. So we're going to start off with topic number 1. Todd McFarlane says a Spawn reboot has been written, and that people are already interested,
of course,
in creating it. So my question to you is, with the improvements in CGI, Logan, Deadpool paving the way for this newest wave of rated R comic book films. What's the expectation level for a Spawn movie right now, Abe?
Like that it's ever going to happen, or that it's going to be good or bad?
Yeah, if it happens, what are the expectations? Do we expect that because of the advancements compared to where it was, when the original came out? Would the expectations be high, or would it be low because the original film was meh?
I'm not the Spawn aficionado that everybody else is, so I don't hate it right out of the gate. So, color me, semi-curious if it ever happens. I think that's the bigger question. I'm still not sure it's going to happen.
I feel like we talked about this like 6 months ago.
We kind of did.
Well, yeah,
now the script is written.
Yeah, my joke is it's once a year McFarlane brings it out.
Apparently, the script's written though at this point. That's progress, right, Jamil? I mean,
I could give a fuck. Look, Spawn, if you ever read the comic, is only good the first 24 issues. The best version of Spawn
drop off.
Yeah. The best version of Spawn is the cartoon from HBO.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great. That's all you need. You don't really need anything else. I don't really need another Spawn movie because it's just not good. I don't know what to say. It looks nice. It's just not good. The Spawn, like I said, the Spawn cartoon is pretty much all you need. The movie was terrible. Is he going to do a retelling? Is it going to be low budget? Maybe if you focus on Sam and Twitch more than Spawn, it might be good, and use Spawn kind of as like a monster in the shadows. But I could care less about Spawn.
Martin.
Yeah, I'm with A more likely with the. I'm not really a big Spawn fan to begin with, but knowing it, I'm not sure it can exist in the new superhero movie world we live in now, where everything's expected to make $100 million opening weekend to survive. So maybe this thing should live on a Netflix, and either they're doing Netflix movies now, so I mean they can do that, or Amazon, or something. But since it was so successful on HBO as a cartoon, maybe just as a series on Netflix. In the vein of Daredevil and those more the lesser known characters seem to be doing better on those formats than as far as a big budget movie where the expectations are then higher and You have to compete against everybody else.
I mean, a lot of people said that about Deadpool, though, right? A lot of people were apprehensive of Deadpool, but I mean, Deadpool didn't have the. Well, no, actually, Deadpool did have really bad prior history as well in.
But then
Origins.
X-Men Origins.
Deadpool only cost 30 or 40 million. They put it out in February. So
Spawn.
if you do so, if you could attach a person, a star to the quality of Ryan Reynolds, someone who's known, quality or whatever, but he's a known star.
High bar.
But who cares about it? We'll push it.
Yeah.
Maybe you get something going like that, but you can't, expect to make $100 million movie out of this. And I don't think it's that known a character outside of the beloved comic book scene.
Dan brought up an interesting point. I think as a Netflix movie or as a Netflix miniseries, it might work. Just give Todd McFarlane $100 million because Netflix just throwing away money. Just give him $100 million. And
give him some of that Sandler money. And,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, just
Sandler's not using it. He just pocketed 80 of that shit. So.
Yeah,
and then just filmed him and his friends just walking around one weekend.
Him and his friends go to Hawaii for a weekend and just flick on the camera.
Like, here's our show. Yeah. So I think the consensus is
it's still a wait. I mean, we're still very long in the wait and see area of this.
If it comes out with a hard R, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be excited. I'll be more.
It would be. Yeah. It would it definitely would be. And again, that's one thing is Deadpool, Logan. I think.
Is there a dream, lead actor you want for this? I mean, is there someone you could think of who could say, "Put this guy in it, then it'll be good"? Or
I mean, I don't think the original casting was actually that bad. It's just the execution. John Leguizamo was actually.
He's the best thing about that shitty movie.
Good. He was good. He was good in that.
He's one of the bigger hit and miss actors. He's in some things that are just complete shit, but then sometimes he's all right. He's weird that way. Yeah. He's in that horrible movie with De Niro and Pacino, that fucking Righteous Kill. And everyone in that movie is just shit, and he doesn't help.
He does. Leguizamo pulls out some good stuff from time to time, though. He really. It's bizarre because his origins, if you will, are mired in kind of like horrible
weird comedies and
horrible comedies and just,
Carlito's overacting in Carlito's Way and shit like that.
Billy Blanco from the Bronx.
They had to alliterate that to make it harder for him.
Looking at the chat, Ponyboy saying at Jamil he watched the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why. He said it was excellent and he agrees with your points from last week.
Tell him I said thank you.
Well,
you're on the show.
Oh,
you're on the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're literally on the show. You can say thank you, and then he'll see
Thank
it.
you, Ponyboy.
And then he can comment in the chat to say you're welcome. That's kind of how the chat works.
Jamil doesn't
live the live show.
Jamil just we're his people. We handle his fans for him.
I just show up, spew some bullshit, and leave.
He kind of starts fires on Twitter and then just kind of walks away.
Hey, you do more than that. You give Marty existential crises too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sell yourself short.
It's back-to-back months of Marty texting me after a show like, "What is wrong?" It's like, why?
Like, why am I the racist?
Why am I the bad guy?
Marty, no, man, no. Oh God. Is that true? Oh my God, I feel bad now.
It was more after the Jack confrontation.
The Jack one really did Marty in.
Yeah. Hashtag synergy. People, yeah, you should watch that debate show. Yeah.
I never even watched that one back.
It's very good.
Topic 2.
There we go. It's coming. There's synergy. Boom.
Hashtag synergy. Topic 2. I guess this is. I started off with Abe last time, so it's not fair to start off with him again, but I should have started this topic off with Abe. Zachary Quinto saying that Star Trek 4, the new Trek, might not happen.
Oh, no shit.
And, in a recent interview, he says that he knows that's being worked on, but it's his understanding that it might not happen. So I guess my question to you is, and we can keep hashtag synergy up because we talked about
Star Trek a lot.
Star Trek a lot.
We
talked Into Darkness a couple weeks ago and how it might have ruined Star Trek. And we also talked about Star Trek Beyond.
You don't say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So, with the goodwill that Beyond brought us, like Beyond was a nice bounce back from Into Darkness. I guess we wonder, should we just let this new version of Trek kind of fade away and let's see what happens with Discovery and then go from there? Or, like, should we give a break from the films, or should just go forward with the 4?
I think it's over. I think you just kind of hang back. Just
no.
let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And they don't know what to do with Star Trek. They really don't.
Well, there were 3 was like this for a while. They had to keep rewriting that one, and it took a while to get going. But people liked the movie, it just didn't make enough money.
Yeah,
and that's why the problem happened. And the plan was for to bring back
Thor.
What's his name? Thor.
Yeah.
Is that not the? I guess that's not the plan anymore. Did that fall apart?
Yeah. If anybody from Paramount's watching or listening, and of course they are, give us the fucking Klingon War. That's what everybody wants, is the goddamn Klingon War.
They keep avoiding it. Like, that was the whole promise of this. If you want to have like your hard sci-fi crowd pleasing thing, you go with this epic war. You could have 3 movies about that. You don't. I don't understand. It seems like they go with whatever trend is out at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, the first one was very like, I don't know, Marvel-like in a lot of ways. And the second one, they went kinda, sorta in a Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know, man. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
They really don't. They don't know what to do with Star Trek. They really don't.
And it's more fan service than it is movie at this point, especially that second one. And you can't have that bad of a movie and survive. Right. Yeah.
Right.
Because you burnt people. You completely burnt people on that movie, because Beyond it is a light years better, but nobody wanted to go see it after that.
Yeah. Yeah. It got severely impacted by Darkness.
And fucking J.J. Abrams and like this period and just like unnecessary secrets with who come. Look, I'm sorry, y'all talked about this like a week or 2 ago. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I brought it up. As another topic.
It's just like I can't wait till this whole Rey thing in Star Wars play out, because that shit is his idea. Like, you don't keep secrets from the audience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you follow the main character, if your POV character, you're supposed to know everything your POV character knows. But she has a secret that we don't know, and like this, like, why the unnecessary secrets? Why?
Well, I wouldn't compare the storytelling, of Rey to lying about who a character was in a movie until it came out. I mean, that's a little different. We're talking. I mean, because he blatantly came out and said
it's
that
not,
the guy.
Not
yeah.
gone. Yeah.
If he had come out,
if he comes out his mouth shut and says that Rey is not.
Yeah. If he came out and said, if he said Luke, it's not Luke's daughter, and then we find out that it is Luke's daughter, I'd be like, oh, he did that again. But
well, I'm just saying
this is a whole storytelling. I think.
No, what I'm saying is it's just unnecessary mystery. Like, there's no reason for it to be mystery.
Jamil, you're not wrong at all. I agree with you on that. If we know where Rey comes from, we have more of a chance to empathize with her during the Force Awakens. If we
because
know
she knows,
yes,
she knows, but we don't.
Where does she come from?
She comes from living alone for the last 10 years.
No. I mean, like, whatever. Okay.
But it's part of a it's part of a trilogy. It's that Star Trek is a little more disjointed as far as that. This is one story.
Okay. But I mean, like, episode 4, they laid it out.
Would it have helped would you have cared more about Luke in episode 4 if you knew he was Darth Vader's son?
Well, see, first of all, that wasn't the intent of the movie. First of all, Darth Vader was still a bad guy, and Luke's father was a good guy, somebody else. They weren't the same character when they made that movie. They were 2 separate characters.
Like, Luke doesn't know Darth Vader is his dad. He's just not saying anything and keep dropping hints at it. Like Rey, we know she has a secret that she knows.
Yeah,
her memory hasn't been wiped or lost or anything.
I don't think she knows who her parents are. There's no indication that she knows where she comes from. She just thinks people are coming back for her, but she doesn't know who it is. She doesn't know who Luke was until someone said he's not. Oh, he is real. She didn't know who Luke was. She doesn't know who Obi-Wan is. She doesn't know what the Force was.
But who's her parents? Because that's the big mystery.
Right.
It's Chewbacca.
It's a shortcut, but Jamal's
I knew
right.
I knew she looked Harry.
It's a shortcut. It's a cheap shortcut. So you I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It is still mystery box light.
But they want that because they want you going into the next movie thinking, oh, we got to find out this. You know, if you knew it all already, it would be less exciting.
I don't think you understand what we're saying. Like
I just don't think the secret of J.J. Abrams saying that Khan is not in this next movie, and then we see the movie and that's Khan, is different than the secret of we don't know who Rey's parents are yet. I think those are two different.
I agree with Marty there. No, I do. I think
it's mystery box light. That's what I'm saying.
I think the
one is just a lie, and one is telling a story.
To what Jamil's trying to say, though, is it is trying to tell a story, but again, it's just setting it up this mystery, and that's JJ's shtick. Is like he sets up this mystery, and then he walks away without having to answer it, and he does that over and over again.
That's the bigger issue.
That is hugely annoying, and with what he did in Into Darkness, which we mentioned a couple weeks ago. Was he literally just did not give a fuck about this Star Trek franchise at this point. He went into this movie just saying, I have a 2-picture deal to do this, and then my cronies can take over and whatever. So I'm just going to, read up a whole bunch of just random Star Trek, previous episodes stuff that fans like. And I mean, Amanda explains it a lot better than I do on the episode. Just go watch that episode.
Did anybody bring up the fact that maybe if he was going to have Khan, maybe just do a big budget version of Space Seed?
No, and that's what they should have done. You're right.
Like, like literally just set it up just like the TV show. Have them on good terms at the end. Then, like, in 2-3 movies, bring them back.
Yeah.
Then you can have your Wrath of Khan moment. Instead of just, swapping Kirk with Spock.
Yeah.
All the big moments.
Well, that was the other thing, is that you have this great actor and you just wasted him for the one movie, basically. You mean,
right?
Instead of locking him in for 3 pictures, that's it. They didn't lock in. They locked in Abrams for only 2 pictures. You can't tell. That's just without any kind of plan for when he left. I like Chris.
It's disjointed. Without going into it. It's without having a plan for start. It feels like New Trek, the original, the one that JJ did, had a plan. It's like, wow, that was a well-executed plan. This is a great way to reboot this series. I like this. This works. But from there, they didn't have an idea of where to go with it, other than, like, let's just take a whole bunch of Star Trek fan service and just throw it into one movie.
The problem is from there, someone offered him Star Wars, and then he was gone, and then,
right.
They didn't have there was no... Lucasfilms is there, regardless of J.J. Abrams there. There's no real Star Trek, base to work with when Abrams left. They tried. What was the guy who wrote the third one?
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. They kind of just put it all on him there when Abrams left.
Well, no. To be fair, it was going to be what's his name?
Not Kurtzman.
Kurtzman and Orci. Yeah,
Orci.
But Paramount saw Guardians of the Galaxy, came in and fired everybody because they were pissed off. Mm-hmm. Because Guardians of the Galaxy was so much popular and beloved, and Star Trek is a dinosaur.
You're really. I wish this was the third topic, because then that could have led perfectly into our discussion. But we'll save that. I'm gonna look at the chat real quick. Some people joined us. Talia joined us.
Hey,
Talia. Tony Boy is bored, so we have to move on.
Robert Melee joined us. Amanda saying this is terrible news because she wants more sexy New Trek, and Discovery is pretty clearly a steaming pile.
Oof, I got a bad feeling about this.
Other than Pony Boy saying Star Trek, blah, 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 blah. He's also saying, even though nobody watches The Leftovers, he does not like when people call it Leftovers. So he wants it to be called, the show's called The Leftovers, not Leftovers. So you don't call it Leftovers.
I watched the first season of that, and I just couldn't go back.
The second season is much better. The second season,
was it?
Yeah,
it's another one of the one of the JJ's offspring,
it's
right?
It's a Kurtzman.
That's not Kurtzman.
No.
Lindelof. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of Bates Motel ended. Did you guys watch Bates Motel? Really good. Last 2 seasons, fantastic.
Did it end like Psycho?
It had elements of Psycho in it during this past season, but it did not end like Psycho. They did its own thing. It worked really well. But that came from it wasn't Lindelof. It was the other one. Jeez, what the hell's his name? The other guy that did Lost.
There was another guy that did Lost.
Yeah, it was. Well, JJ, did the pilot and came up with the idea, and then gave it to the two showrunners. It was I can't think of it. It's Lindelof and the other guy. Well, the other guy did Bates Motel. Well, Lindelof went off to do The Leftovers.
But Leftovers is actually pretty good. Like the second season, like it's like he just said, "Fuck it." It almost like he learned the lesson from Lost. That's what it seems like. I wish J.J. Abrams would do the same.
So we have a third topic if we want to move on to that.
All right, go for it.
Because we're already 20 minutes. Hey, we're not doing too bad.
We're doing fine.
Director Jonathan Demme passed away this past week. And he's most known for Silence of the Lambs, but he also did Philadelphia, and he did the 2004 remake of The Manchurian Candidate. I saw a lot of people were, upset about this and saying how he was a great director. So I'm interested. What is your opinion on his legacy? I don't want to kick the man while he's dead, but I mean, is saying that he was a great director a little bit overblown here?
Yes, absolutely. He was solid, middle of the road, average director. I'm sorry, but that's the God's honest truth.
I like that he was a guy who kept taking chances. I mean, talk about Philadelphia. That's a movie, early '90s, talking about AIDS and that gay. Tom Hanks as a gay character it was a bold move at the time, I'd say. I mean, Rachel Getting Married, I thought was a really good movie with Dan Hathaway, talking about drug abuse and stuff like that. I mean, he took chances. I'm not going to say he's one of my favorite directors or anything like that, but he's a guy who took chances, made some good movies.
For a workman director, he has a lot of, I don't want to say classics, but he does have a lot of influential movies for a person that worked so much and did so many varied things. You think, he was just like I said, for a workman director, he had a lot of good movies. And then he had that shit with like Meryl Streep as a rock star. I don't fucking know, that movie was terrible. He'll do like a Rachel Getting Married, then he'll do some shit like that, and you're like, that's the same person. I
remember his brother Ted, right? That was his brother, right? Ted Demme died young. He was
the name sounds familiar. I didn't know it was his brother.
I thought so. He was a director.
Yeah, you're right. Ted was his uncle. Or, Jonathan was his uncle.
Okay.
He died at
like
38, it says here. Yeah.
Cocaine, right?
Yeah. But he had just started making some good movies. I thought I forgot. I don't know if he made
Blow.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
The Ref. Who's the Man?
Yeah, because I think he started making like rap videos, something like that, and then he started directing. And I remember he just kind of like died suddenly one day. It was pretty sad. And then this was not. I mean, it was sudden. I guess anyone dies. He wasn't young but it was still young by today's terms. I guess it was 70 or so he died.
But I can't, like maybe his filmography is all over the place. You really can't deny how masterful like Silence of the Lambs is, especially considering all the other Hannibal movies afterwards. Just how great of a job he did with that material and with those actors.
He hadn't done much in a while, so I guess he kind of faded from consciousness a little bit. I'd seen like the last couple of things he'd done were documentaries.
Or TV, yeah.
Yeah, he's done some TV stuff, and I mean, he's got movies that are stood the test of times. People still, Silence of the Lambs, Synergy, put it back up there. I believe was number 1 on our top 25 Oscar winners of the last 25 years, whatever it was.
It was,
yeah.
So, it wasn't Forrest Gump. No, I'm just.
I like Forrest Gump.
I do too. I'm the only person that believe that movie should have won over Pulp Fiction. I said it.
It shouldn't have won over Shawshank, though.
You guys are crazy. All of you. Man, okay, I'm looking through his filmography Philadelphia was a bold movie. Doesn't stand the test of time. Silence of the Lambs stands the test of time. Married to the Mob does not stand the test of time. Beloved, I'm sorry, does not stand the test of time.
He
Manchurian,
did that.
yeah. The Truth About Charlie was not very
Manchurian
good.
Candidate we didn't talk about. That was
Yeah.
another good one.
It was okay.
That's a good one.
Well, it's 3 or 4 movies. I mean, we're not saying he's Spielberg or anything, but
But
he
you know,
made his mark.
wait a minute. I know we're not saying Spielberg, but if you looked at Twitter after he passed away, people were treating it as if
That's
just-
kind of way.
Yeah, it's
That's the way Twitter is. I mean, that's the same thing about fucking Joan. You thought last week that Joni from Joni Loves Chachi was some great fucking star last week after she died. I mean, it's just we have to talk about people now when they die.
well, compared to Scott Baio, she was a saint. Like, seriously.
It's just another way to kind of. It's not virtue signaling, but it's like, I don't know, sympathy signaling. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, come on now, guys. Like that man had some movies that touched people. Like if Silence of the Lambs is one of your favorite movies, it really doesn't matter what else he fucking did. Like that's your
Fair
favorite movie.
point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So,
if you have one great like Silence of the Lambs, I think we're saying is a iconic film. If you do one of those and have 3 or 4 other ones, you deserve your day.
I see the chat.
Talia's
how
going
dare
after you. How dare you, Jimmy?
Oh no, Pulp Fiction is a better movie. Shawshank Redemption is a better movie. But I was 11. What the fuck? I love Forrest Gump. What can I say? Like when it came out, I mean, shit. That was the movie you watched at school when it was raining. Like that's the movie.
That they didn't put that one in the back of the DVD box somehow.
Yeah. I'm just excited for. Let me preface this. I'm not really excited, but when Richard Kelly dies, I want to hear you guys talk about what a great director he was because he had one good movie.
Well, we're saying he had 4 at least, aren't we, Demi?
Of which ones? Of which ones are you going to cite?
Silence.
One.
Rachel Getting Married, good movie.
No.
Not saying it's a good.
Yes.
Not saying it's great.
Yes.
But Philadelphia, good movie.
It was
I'm not
good
saying-
at the time. I don't
Well,
think it
what do
holds
you
up.
want?
Well, what do
And
we want?
Manchurian
Wait a minute,
Candidate's a good-
Marty.
I'm not saying-
what do we want?
I'm
We
not
want
putting
movies
a-
that do hold the test of time. If we're going to revere a director, we don't want to say it's
Yeah.
like, oh, he made that one good movie that people liked at the time, but after like
Look, we're
15
not
years, it's
saying
like,
that.
Well,
We're not saying that about
Abe
Silence.
is saying that.
Not
well,
about
he's not saying about
Silence.
Silence. He's saying
No,
We're
not
saying
saying about
Silence is iconic. I think we're giving it that status, are we not? You guys are the ones who love it. I don't really even like that.
So here's the question then: if he only did Silence of the Lambs and then died after that,
But he didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
I think he would be at legendary status.
But he would still
But the
get
fact
Twitter
is,
mentions.
after Silence of the Lambs, to go from doing Silence of the Lambs to his career after Silence of the Lambs,
It's kind of like, is Metallica a legendary group?
Yes.
debatable now.
Have they done anything that ever touched a Black Album ever again?
Well, if you're saying that the Black Album is their best album, then
Well,
Marty,
that was their last
issues.
great. No, I'm saying that's their last great album. Justice for All Black Album.
Well,
And then
you
ever
know what?
since then, they've just been putting out albums like 10 Debbie put out movies, or John Debbie put out movies.
And what do they say? They say you're damaging your legacy.
But they're still Hall of Famers, and they still get the front page of New York. They're not all going to die at once, hopefully, but if they did,
Well, there's a good possibility.
Yeah, watch out for the black ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Fingers crossed for Lars goes first. No, I'm just
But I mean, Michael Jackson never did better than Thriller, but he was still.
hey.
Oh,
Thank Jamil. Don't even try.
What about Off the Wall?
Off the wall.
That was before Thriller. Bad. Come on, Bad is real.
Bad is
close.
good. I would put Bad on the level
Good,
of the
good.
album.
Bad is good.
It's good. It's great. It's not as good as Thriller.
Marty, I will fight you, Marty.
Tell me
No,
Bad's better than Thriller.
No, you're right. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing.
Can't lose all these debates.
Look, Thriller's so damn good. We just kind of look the other way on the whole boy touching thing. That's how good Thriller is.
Alleged, right?
allegedly.
But no, like if you as a director, if you can get 3 or 4 good movies, I think that's all you can ask for. Like, it is what it is. Like, look, he got lucky twice in a row. Like back to back years.
they didn't break in with the news that he died. It was just, he kind of owned Twitter for a few hours. It was, it wasn't. We didn't have memorials or anything. People just kind of liked his movies, and they said it on Twitter. I don't think, it wasn't like a Carrie Fisher level.
I don't know. That's the whole thing, though. Is I think people sometimes get overblown with their statements. I think a lot of people say statements just to sound bold, like, "Oh, he was a legendary director," or "Oh, he'll always be remembered." And it's just like,
he will.
Honestly, no, he will. But
for one movie,
honestly,
yeah.
I think if you ask the random person on the street who directed Silence of the Lambs, they won't fucking know. They'll know that Anthony Hopkins was in it,
I'll give you that.
right? They'll know about the movie. They'll know about Jodie Foster. They won't know who directed it.
To be fair, most people don't know shit about directors. I mean, like in our own little bubble, yes.
If you ask them who directed E.T.,
most people don't know who directed the movie they're watching when they're watching it. They don't know who directed Avengers or Guardians when we talk about that.
Well, because all those are just jumbled together in a mess and just all the same movie over and over again. But when you're talking about like special films, so typically you know who did it.
I'll give you that. But again, I'm not. You're putting him on a Spielberg level. I'm
not. I'm saying some of the comments that were on Twitter put him on this legendary status of a director.
But again, that's just people being on Twitter.
I feel bad kicking him right now. At best, he was a good director that had one great film that people probably don't know that he did until he died. It's like, oh, that's a guy that Silence of the Lambs. That sucks. I wish he would have done more like Silence of the Lambs. Why didn't they get him to do Hannibal?
He was too busy doing Manchurian Candidate.
Well, no, I heard Hannibal was great. I personally never watched it because I don't watch TV, but I heard Hannibal was great.
Oh, the show.
The show. I really like the show, but I like the movie too. I'm a fan of the movie.
Do you like slow-mo? If you like slow-mo, you're gonna love Hannibal.
Fuck you, Abe. All right, let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 comes out. Well, it already came out in Europe, right? It's already been out in Europe. There's been people talking about it, I think.
It's been out in Europe. It's been reviewed now for 2 weeks. I hate when they do that because I feel like it's old already now. It's like I hate when they
talking about it.
Yeah.
Already $100 million.
Now Europe knows how they get those movies every so often, right? They get them before we do, but typically we get them first, and then they have to deal with us talking about the movies. You think they should just rule across the world, just the same release date?
I'm not sure about the world, but I hate when they give it to reviewers 2 weeks in advance. If you're ready to show the movie, show the movie. I know you got to give them maybe a week in advance, but when it's 2 weeks, I was seeing reviews about this thing last Monday. So it's like I've already heard like 50 opinions of this movie. It feels
I've heard nothing of it. I've heard but it comes out for us, I guess, Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday night. Yeah.
So we'll go see that. We'll talk about that next week.
I think we lost the chat there.
It's being a little grumpy right now. Yeah, it should come back. I'll keep an eye on it.
It's because someone was saying some anti-Semitic stuff. We think it might have been Mel Gibson, but we're not 100% sure. We know that from time to time he watches our show and hurls insults at us. So we try not to show that on screen. Abe is really good with that.
You're really taking this joke far.
I'm trying. I was trying to tie it into an Iron Man movie or a Marvel film.
Okay.
It wasn't happening.
Are we allowed
to
to font here?
Are we allowed to what?
We pretty much stole the Guardians of the Galaxy logo there. Are we allowed to
do
that?
But Abe misspelled Guardians, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Guardians the Galaxy, so it's completely fine.
I noticed that, and I was like, I don't fucking care.
I'm just saying that now. Oh, man. We should have a joke. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hashtag Guardians of the Galaxy.
We are top notch.
Oh, jeez.
I'm taking just as much care writing that as James Gunn took writing this.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta say, I remember seeing this movie for the first time. I was traveling for work. I was in Montreal, and I went to go see it because everyone was talking about how great it was. And I remember leaving the theater, and I saw it in 3D. And I remember leaving the theater. I was like, Well, it wasn't bad. I don't think it's a bad movie. I really don't think it's a bad movie. And I think if you start nitpicking it and trying to find a lot of plot holes in it, it doesn't actually have as many plot holes as some of these other comic book films do. So, when you trash the writing, I think plot-wise, it is a tad bloated or convoluted in some of the stuff they're trying to do, but it still works. It still works as a plot. I don't think there's a ton of things that you can poke holes into. But at the end of the day, I didn't care. I didn't care what was happening. Had no emotional effect when Groot blew up and then became a tiny little plant. Now we have to deal with that fucking annoying thing in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh,
little baby fucking Groot.
I fucking love baby Groot. I can't wait.
I'm very meh on Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1, and I'm I gotta say, the first couple first two trailers I saw for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I was like, great, so all the fucking same. And the last trailer I saw in theaters, I guess I can't remember what movie I saw the trailer for. I was like, okay, it doesn't. This is looking better, in this trailer. But again, anyone can cut a good trailer from time to time. But Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 is it's a bowl full of meh. It's not the next Star Wars. It's not everything that people are saying that it is. And I think upon rewatch, I hope that some of the people that were so over the fucking moon about this movie when they first saw it realized that it's just okay.
Yeah, I was shocked at the love for this movie. I didn't really understand. It was, like I said, I watched it. This was the kind of movie that showed that Marvel can do whatever it wants, basically. Because this was the one comic that no one really knew much about. It came out in August. There was no one really. This is before Chris Pratt was really a star. He was just kind of the guy from Parks and Recs at this point. And then this thing comes out first weekend, somehow makes $100 million. And Marvel's like, fuck, we'll just do whatever we'll do whatever we want now, because we know we can just throw whatever on the screen, and people are going to come see it. And like you said, there's nothing really wrong with the movie. They try to do a little too much. I don't know why Glenn Close was in this movie. They used I don't know why Vin Diesel had to be Groot. That was just seemed like a waste of time.
Abe, I have a question for you. Do we have a trailer for Marty to do a recap?
We certainly
Is that
do.
available?
Yes,
so
we
Marty
do.
can do a recap right now. Let's
do it.
Marty recap Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Trailer. Let's just do this right now. I think.
Rangers win, and this thing is on a really small screen, so you got to bear with me. From the people that brought you every other bland superhero movie. Oh, it's not. You
Why
think?
is this orb just sitting there? Why is he the one that has to get this orb?
See,
it's just sitting there.
You think
You know what? Oh, you know what? Y'all are full of shit because it's an Indiana Jones homage. Nobody fucking says that about Indiana Jones. Why the fuck is the idol just there? Why is it just sitting there?
You thought it was an Indiana Jones remake, but no, it's something else. It's this thing. Oh, Marvel Studios, God bless them. Oh, that's weird. Oh, these guys thought they were funny. Batista, fresh off his loss to Daniel Bryan, now starring in this movie.
No, actually, this is the first movie. This is the first time he left.
Well, no, yeah, it was during that time. Zoe Saldana
Goes
no
from
one
blue
wants
to green.
say she can't act. We got the biggest star in the movie voicing a raccoon. He was funny. I'll give him that. Groot, Vin Diesel, the best acting job of his life.
Well, except for Iron Giant.
And then the Parks and Rec guy, he's gonna have quips. Oh, it's the old finger joke. Yes, this movie is hilarious. Let's all.
Y'all some cynical folks. I swear to God.
This summer, late summer, because we don't trust to put out in June. We're gonna put out in August. This guy's got a Walkman because 80s throwback shit. This is a weird trailer. I'm not gonna lie. Space. Is it
Prison Break.
Shot, Prison Break. Sex, kind of. Blue people. Swords. Fighting. Oh, that guy. Raccoons.
Is it pretty amazing that Benicio del Toro is pretty much Jeff Goldblum's brother? I mean, in this Marvel Cinematic Universe, isn't that amazing?
Oh, this is when they called them assholes or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Hold up. Is this the movie Benicio del Toro did instead of Into Darkness? Because he was supposed to be Khan.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
In 3D, real 3D, and IMAX 3D.
Really? I didn't know was he supposed to be Khan?
Yes, yeah, like he was supposed to be come for, I think maybe like a month or two before they start filming. He dropped out, and that's when they got Benedict Cumberbatch.
He read the script and was like, yeah,
He stepped away. He's like, no.
yeah.
It was a smart move because I think the Collector is going to become important in this whole Infinity series.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to see him as Khan since he kind of looked like Ricardo Montalban,
a little bit closer than Benedict. Okay, I didn't hate Guardians of the Galaxy.
You were actually kind of high up on it. From a sci-fi standpoint, you kind of like it.
This is the movie as a kid I would have been obsessed with, and this is what I think more than all the other movies, Marvel movies. This is the one that's going to appeal to the kids more than anything. Are they supposed to play Captain America gunning down Hydra soldiers that are really working for the government? No, this is the one that they're going to want to play. This is the action figure movie in my mind from Marvel.
Until Spider-Man comes out.
Right, until Spider-Man. No one stops Spider-Man.
Odd thing about that trailer, they didn't show the villain. Who was the villain?
Because it doesn't matter.
And
Roland the Accuser.
Roland, and that was just he was the one villain where you thought maybe they were going to give a villain in one of these movies some power or something to do.
No, he just gets confused by breakdancing.
Yeah, until the last scene. That's when this movie. I was liking this. I thought, it's a good movie. That last scene really killed this movie for me. The fucking dance scene, nonsense. It was just like, oh, fuck you. And that's the moment that made me walk out of the movie.
It's just one joke too far. It was just one
thing too much. It's like, oh, come on. And that's why.
Especially after like Groot dies, you would think that would be like, you not necessarily end on that note, but like if you have this thing where like a beloved character dies and you follow that up with breakdancing, you just like, what the
Isn't
fuck?
that a problem with Marvel though? Even with Civil War? Like Don Cheadle gets paralyzed, and then they do a joke right after that.
Yeah, they did the same thing in Doctor Strange. They did the same. They don't let serious moments sit for more than a minute. Like I forget who died in Doctor Strange, but like the next scene, there was a cape joke or some shit. And it was like, all right. Yeah.
Look,
Switten, right?
Yeah, Tilda Swinton dies. Yeah, there you go. And like he walks out of the room, and then like the cape is there like a dog or something. You're supposed to laugh at it. It's like.
Hashtag synergy again, I guess. Right.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but like that was like the one thing where it was just one like, and like I don't think that was a Marvel thing. I really think that was a James Gunn thing, just being a little too quirky because the whole movie is quirky, and it just let's add one more ounce of quirk to it, and it was just one step too far.
I mean, if you're familiar with James Gunn's work prior to Guardians of the Galaxy, he's from the Trauma world where he's done
Romeo and Juliet
a lot of weird stuff prior to this. So you talk about like excitement when I heard that James Gunn was going to be writing a superhero movie. It was like, wow, that's going to be off the wall. And when the first trailers came out, it's like, man, this looks bonkers. And then when you sit down and watch it, it's like, it's the same shit. It's the same fucking tired joke.
No, the fuck it's not. No,
it's the same tired joke.
It's not.
It is the same
hell no.
repetitive,
I don't know if you can do that.
Lame Whedon jokes.
No, the fuck is not.
It's not.
No.
It's the same unfunny shit that Whedon was doing.
No, it's not. Number one, I think the first Whedon Avengers is fine. I really like that movie. But like, no, man, look. The reason people like this movie is because it is different from the other shit that they did up until that point. Look, my son loves it. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? It was one of the, even my wife, who doesn't even like these fucking movies, loved it. Like, it had something a little different. I think the main difference is it had likable characters. Like, people love these characters. Now, whether you like the jokes or not, that's a whole different thing. But the humor is different from, like, say, an Iron Man or anything like that. Just my opinion.
Well, this was the first Marvel movie in a while where you didn't really have to know anything.
Yeah, like they took a bit of a chance with this because who the fuck are these people? Like, if you didn't read this obscure comic from 2008, how the fuck you was gonna know these people? The fact that like there's no meat on that bones, and he gave it something. It's easy to do an Iron Man or a Captain America movie, despite how you feel about those movies, because that's 40 years of history. The fact that he pretty much made these characters whole cloth and made something that resonate with people, I think they should be commended. As far as the comedy, I mean, hell, that's what he does. Like you can't get mad at a man if that's his specialty. He wrote Scooby Doo, for Christ's sakes.
That's another quote for the back of the DVD from Jamil.
There you go. There you go.
This is also the first time we got to see Thanos for an extended period. Like, I think until this point, he had only been in those post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we see James Brolin, who, again, oddly now, you got James Brolin playing Thanos, and he was just announced as Cable for Deadpool. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Because now he's going to be actually in Infinity Wars. I'm not sure he's in this movie, though. I don't think I've seen much on that.
Well, he's a CG character. Just get him in the room for a week, do the motion cap, do the voice, and he's done.
He didn't even do the motion cap in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I think it was James Gunn's brother did the motion cap for him in this movie, and then he just came in and did the voiceover. So that's a sweet gig.
Yeah, it is.
It's like it's the second most powerful thing in the universe. Because we haven't seen Galactus yet.
There will be no Galactus because Fox owns that.
Fox owns it because of Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that actual big villain, they have no access to. So let's just make this character nobody really gives a fuck about besides one story and make him the ultimate villain. That's basically what
that's basically what they're doing. Yeah, because without Galactus, it's kind of pointless. So you got to.
But yeah, I really love this movie. I am one of those people that said it was the next Star Wars before new Star Wars came out. Because at that point, I don't know if they bought Star Wars yet or what they was going to do with it.
It was sold already, but then
their plans were in place already.
Yeah, because I remember, like if you see this with like Abe said, if you see this with like a 6-year-old, this is their favorite movie. I think this all would have been our favorite movies if we were kids.
Yeah, I think so.
Ain't no way in the fuck you would have been like 7, 8-year-olds talking about the jokes are corny. No, that's only when you become an adult and you die inside a little bit.
Yep. Once you sit through Star Trek Nemesis and Star Trek Into Darkness, you're dead inside.
It just. But no, I really do love this movie, and Dan said they don't take any chances. I think they have 2/5 of your cast be a raccoon and a talking tree. That's a fucking chance. That's a big ass chance right there. Like, especially since one of your characters only say "I am Groot" and nothing else.
I don't think I said they didn't take any chances. We can rewind the tape. I don't think I said they didn't take any chances. I just I feel that overall it was more of the same.
I think the point was that they took a chance making this movie, but they don't take chances in their movie.
It should have been more. It should have been more over the top. They should have pushed it a little bit farther than they did, and not end with a silly fucking breakdance.
The instinct was right. The instinct to subvert was right.
I think we have to stop for a second. We got a little accusation in the chat.
What's that?
We got Talia calling Jamil a fanboy.
Oh.
I'm a fanboy. Well, you know what? She's probably right. She's absolutely right. But if you check my other show, the Jack Randall podcast, you would know that.
Oh, cheap plug.
With these superhero movies, I am more critical than my other two cohorts. It's just I don't look, y'all. I'm just not. I don't want to say cynical, because I
think your son is probably more critical than Kyle about comic book movies.
Yes.
My son hated BVS. My son fucking hated BVS. He like, what the fuck is this, Dad? The fuck is this? But no, but like when you do have kids, it does change your perspective a little bit. And like I said, I waited my whole life to see these movies, and people forget. Some of the Marvel movies I blame. Everybody know how much I fucking hate the Thor movies. Everybody know how I hate those movies. But it's better than fucking.
Those are the good ones.
Oh, damn being the contrarian.
Says no one else. But I remember all the shitty comic book movies from the 90s. Like seriously, if you look before Nolan and Marvel took over, there's only like 3 good comic book movies with superheroes in
Whoa,
it.
starting
And
when? Start in the 90s or ever?
Just period. Just
Are
period.
you
Like,
shitting
what?
me? Three.
2 Superman movies,
Batman.
What?
Burton's,
what-
Burton's
what-
Batman.
Okay.
1.5 Batman movies, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2.
The Shadow.
It's already 6.
Yeah, The Crow.
The Crow, really?
It's
Yeah, I
awesome.
guess.
Yeah. I'll still go to
But,
bat.
okay,
I'll still go to bat for Dick Tracy too.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. But do that count as a comic book, or is
Oh,
that
definitely.
a comic strip?
Well,
Is that,
Same
I don't
thing,
know.
yeah.
That might be a
Mhm.
subgenre. Yeah.
Well, that's a subgenre.
Was
yeah.
is
I
Roger?
mean, you know what? You named some good movies in 20 years, but you forgot about the movies like The Shadow and The Phantom, and like Batman Forever and Batman Robin.
We did not forget about The Shadow. We did a whole episode with The Shadow. #synergy.
Yeah.
We had the lead actress from
Penelope.
The Shadow on our show, Penelope.
Yep.
And Miller
Those-
was on
you
our
know-
show talking about The Shadow. We did not forget.
Those
Shadow knows.
those 2 terrible Spider-Man movies, Tank Girl, it just wasn't that many. It just wasn't that
No,
many.
it wasn't that
films.
many. I agree, but we have a
Blade? You don't like the Blade movies, right?
They okay. They're just okay. That's all I have to say. I know you guys love them, but they're just okay. Style over substance.
No, I don't. I don't
like
love
the
them. I
the
love
first
them. I
one, the
think.
first
I think. Well, I think the first 2. First
You
2.
think so?
Yeah, Blade 3. Mm.
The third one is a clusterfuck. I will say that.
Yeah, it's-
Hey, and Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. He finally redeemed himself with Deadpool because he was known for ruining some fucking comic book films up until then. He was 0 for 3 up until Deadpool. Like he really was. Between his Blade run, his Green Lantern, and then his original Deadpool.
Oh, just show how much I ain't a fanboy. I fucking hate Green Lantern. They ruined
Well,
that.
Everybody hates Green Lantern, Jamil. I'm not gonna give you.
I still have never seen it.
Look.
It's a fun watch on cable. It's for the stupidness of it.
It is such a that's such a good comic, and that's such good source material, and for them to butcher it like that, and for him to be solely miscast, when they cast Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, they wrote the script to fit him. They didn't do that with Ryan Reynolds. They just kind of went with the script they had. Like it didn't fit none of his strengths. They just wanted him to be stoic, and like that's not Ryan Reynolds.
I'll say Ryan Reynolds was actually good in the beginning of that Wolverine movie as Deadpool, but then they just completely changed what Deadpool was and turned him into Weapon X basically, and that's what ruined that more than anything else. That was
I
bad
won't give that
writing.
movie credit for shit. Fuck that movie.
No, I'm saying that was just bad shit writing more than Ryan Reynolds fucking anything up.
Ponyboy's asking about Unbreakable. It's not a comic book
Yeah,
adaptation, but it's a superhero film.
Yeah.
There's some it's kind of a spoiler, but there was some Unbreakable news.
Yeah, there was.
It's a spoilerish thing. I
It's
guess.
pretty spoilers, but I think everyone pretty much knows at this point that they're making a sequel to Unbreakable / Split. It's going to be called Glass.
Yeah. Are they saying anyone's back on for that?
No. Samuel and Bruce Willis both back on, and so is the guy from Split, Professor X. Yeah, McAvoy.
It's not gonna be good. I'm telling you now, it's not gonna be good.
No, it's not. The reason that people love Split so much is because it was unexpected, and now that you're expecting this sequel.
I think it'd be hilarious if it turned out that all his movies were in one universe.
And what about Spawn? Spawn is terrible. Spawn, the movie is terrible. Tell you, I am so fucking sorry. That movie is fucking terrible. You want to call me a fanboy? Well, you're a fangirl if you like fucking Spawn.
Oh, man.
Something is wrong. That
shots
movie
fired.
is fucking terrible. It's fucking man, that movie is terrible.
Except for Leguizamo.
Except for Leguizamo. That's about it.
Synergy to the first part of the show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just a few hours ago. Hey, Time Cop was based off of a comic book. There you go. Time Cop, another amazing comic book film.
Was RoboCop also a comic book somehow?
No, it wasn't.
What about Roger Rabbit? Was that ever a comic?
No.
Howard the Duck was.
Was there ever a good Archie movie?
That's right.
There's
No,
supposedly a good Archie show going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, barbed
Peanuts?
wire, barbed wire, another
Barbed
amazing.
wire.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. This is just proving my point. Like before Marvel and Nolan, man, there was a lot of shit.
Wait, Burton. Come on.
Batman.
I mean,
I really like the first two Batman movies.
Batman Returns is amazing.
No. I like those movies, but I'm just saying few and far between. I'm saying before, like
They're not Batman movies, but they're
Well,
amazing.
that's
comic
before
book
they
films.
thought to build these, massive universes and really go nuts with this shit.
Hey, Conan. Right?
Oh, very good. Very
Conan,
good.
He-Man.
Yeah, good call.
Conan is not a comic book. Conan is a series of books that just happen to be comics later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Check.
Did someone say He-Man? Who said He-Man?
Was He-Man not a comic?
No, it was not.
It was a toy commercial.
It was a toy commercial. That's exactly what it was. It was a Conan ripoff. Like it started off as a Conan ripoff.
They've been talking about remaking He-Man for like 5 years now.
In 2019, but Mick G's out, thankfully.
You know what they should do for the. I know they'll never do it, but like since He-Man transforms, you should really just have Liam isn't that one Liam and Chris Hemsworth? One can be Prince Adam and Chris could be He-Man.
I thought you were going in a different direction. You know what they should do with the next He-Man movie, and Abe's going to be on board.
Not
for
make
this one.
it. Not make
No,
it.
Abe's gonna back me up when I say this.
What's that?
Michael Bay.
There you go. I'm all
I
in.
thought you were going to say introduce him in a Transformers movie and have a crossover.
Give it to Michael Bay.
No.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay
Give
would
it
make
to
it
Zack
balls out crazy.
They
I
gotta
think-
give it to Michael Bay. They gotta give Michael Bay this movie and a lot of cocaine. And just say make He-Man. Here, dude. Michael Bay would play Battle Cat.
Yeah.
Like seriously, just get him all coked up. He'd be on the screen. Just,
Hell yeah.
That would be him. It would be amazing.
Right. Just scuttle off and make us a quick $1 billion, please.
Go.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do.
Oh,
Aren't we supposed to be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy?
I think we're wrapping up. Guardians of the Galaxy, subpar. We'll talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
No, it's not. It's such a good movie.
I'm calling it a par movie. I wouldn't call it subpar.
I say, yeah. I mean, I think I'm going to call it a like 1 under par, 2 under par, right around there. Yeah. It's not an eagle. It's not an eagle.
Like
Do
I
we
said,
think this will
if
break
you
the billion
seen
mark?
this movie as a kid, you would love this movie.
Jamil's absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah,
If you
that's
saw this,
I'll
yeah.
give him that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
do
you
we
know,
think this?
this is going to be some future filmmakers. This some future filmmaker like favorite movie. Like how somebody watching. Not saying it's as good as Indiana Jones or Star Wars.
Oh, come on now.
I said it's not as good, but this is going to be some kids. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's just how it works. It's generational.
But that's why kids are dumb.
And I was about to say, I do not look forward to the future of filmmaking then. I would rather than watch Indiana Jones, and I'd rather than watch Star Wars.
Oh, they'll watch
back to
Kingdom
the
of the
original source.
They'll watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and Attack of the Clones. Yeah.
They'll still have Star Wars to watch. So
My son had yet to see the prequels. He would not see the prequels.
Not in this house. Not when you're living under this roof.
We have them. He just never seen them. He has never seen them. I refuse to, because like I don't look. Because like this is what's going to happen in a few years, right? All those kids are going to grow up, and those are going to be their favorite Star Wars movies.
Oh, it's already happening. They're rewriting history right now to say that the prequels were just misunderstood at the time.
So like I want to get my son a good footing.
Right.
Misa don't think so, Abe. Misa don't think so.
God damn.
Kids love Jar Jar Binks. They think Anakin Skywalker is a hero.
Jar Jar Binks ends up as a homeless guy in one of the books. So.
I know it's
Yeah.
the best thing.
Yeah.
Like,
He's homeless. And, the hero kills younglings.
I'm gonna
Anakin,
tell you.
their little boy kills younglings.
I'm gonna
Jamil.
tell you how much it permeated. My son, who has never seen the prequels, don't see some of the cartoon, and he likes Anakin. And I have to remind him all the time that Anakin is a coward and he killed a bunch of children. So don't like him too much.
That's a nice thing to say.
But it's true. like you can't you can't hero worship this man like as much, and that's what's gonna happen. They had this fucking great cartoon, better than any other fucking movies that show Anakin be this great hero, and like it don't fuck the kids' perception of this character.
Well, just let them watch Rebels.
Huh?
Figure it out.
My favorite new meme about that is it's Amidala saying, it's like, we have 10 kids and only 7 chairs. What do we do? And Obi-Wan's like, get 3 more chairs. And Anakin says, kill 3 kids.
I had to remind him constantly that Anakin is a coward and he murders children. I had to remind him all the time. Like, it's just
harsh.
He picks up an old man and throws him down a mine shaft. Yeah, it's just.
But like, that's the only way he's going to learn.
Just let him watch the movies. You don't have to keep yelling at him.
Well, the movies do not do it. The movies don't do a good a job illustrating that. They really don't.
Because Abe wanted to actually see the young ones be slaughtered on screen.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see somebody like fall.
He had no business murdering children. He should have been killed in Jedi. He should have been killed in Jedi like Obi-Wan promised. That's you know what? That's the biggest sin of that movie. Like, it's not even the bad acting or like the bad scripts. It's just the fact that it doesn't fit with what
Amidala dies of a broken heart.
Yeah, like clearly when they say like Leia remembers her mom for at least the first 4 or 5 years of her life. Like, all of that shit.
He
like,
did say that.
When I met your father, he was already an accomplished pilot.
Yep.
He
was a pod racer. Let's try spinning. That's a good trick.
He was good at it. He won that race.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
It's 9. I can't do this. It's time to go.
Your uncle thought he should stay here with him. Like, he didn't even know that motherfucker. Like, it just doesn't fit.
I just don't get it. It's like, wait, how did
you forget? The movies are right there.
Right. Maybe it's for another time. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy. Close out this episode. Marty, you think over $1 billion for Guardians 2?
It's gonna be close. I think
close.
It's gonna make 150 opening weekend here, I'd say. And I mean, Fast and Furious just made $1 billion, and it didn't even make any money in the U.S. So I think it's gonna have to make $1 billion.
I think those movies are finally losing steam. Thank fucking God, at least a little bit.
It's not though. It made $1 billion. It made $1 billion.
Fucking China.
Regardless of how much we don't like it.
Very true.
So if that's making $1 billion, I think Guardians will make it. It might not be as much, but it'll be.
Guess
close.
we'll find out how well it does next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, when we are back to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Hey, thanks for everyone in the chat. This was fun. It seemed lively. So
can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Fanboy.
Yeah.
More like.
Oh yeah, there we go.
My biggest problems with Guardians of the Galaxy is not Guardians of the Galaxy. It's all the movies that's been trying to ape Guardians of the Galaxy since it came out. Suicide Squad. Okay, that's all I had to say.
You didn't have to call, so you could have just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag synergy. We did not like it. Please make sure to like this video, or if you want to, dislike this video, especially.
Let's just throw music in there, just like Guardians of the Galaxy. It has no reason to fight. Let's just throw music in there. Let's just throw a bunch of pop songs while we introduce all the characters, just like Guardians, right?
Comment below. There will be a subscribe button. There's some space to put subscribe. I'm sure Marty might put some videos to watch over our faces. I think he does 3. He puts over like 3 faces. Maybe you can just put them all over all 4 of our faces. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Movies and Stuff Show. Also on Instagram. I think it's at Movies and Stuff Show as well. Something like that. I started posting on Instagram just for fun.
Good.
Because you don't have the time to do that, right, Marty?
I'm not with the kids on the Instagram.
No. Jamil, okay, so have you recorded a new episode yet, or you're going to record a new episode yet?
We're actually taking this week off. There's not a whole lot to talk about, so we'll reconvene probably next Monday after Guardians come out to talk about that.
Okay, so that is the Jack Random Show on thesupernauts.com.
Yep, and we should be having another show coming. We should have a show coming out this week, though. So it seemed like we never skipped a beat. So yeah.
So just go over thesupernauts.com and just look for the Jack Random Show. And you know what? If there's not a new episode, just go listen to an old one.
They've got a few. Yeah, they've got a few.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a while now. So just if you go and there's not a new one there, just listen to an old one. It's going to be worth your time. All right, we're 4 minutes over. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Peace.